Good afternoon, DMV and beyond. I am Easy Street, and welcome to Trending with Easy on WOL, where information is power. Of course, that's 1450, also online at WOLDCnews.com. I would like to start off by apologizing for all the individuals that were tuning in for the show that we were going to do on daddy issues with Beyonce and Ghostface. We had to put that on shelf. We had to put that on the shelf in light of what happened last night in our area with the 5th Annual DMV Awards. Real quick, before we get into what happened last night and where do we move on, where do we go from here, I would like to introduce our panel. We have Lyric here, who's previously worked here at Radio 1, and she'll be talking with us before. She's also in the real estate business. Mr. Paredes, Jose, welcome to the show. He's an employee of government contracting, a married father of 3 who grew up without a father. Camille Sanders is also here, works for a nonprofit in the DMV area at Liberty University, and is also a freelance columnist for the Examiner. Also is Ivan Cloud is with us. How you doing, Ivan? What's going on, bro?
What's going on, man?
And he's a 19-year-old former gang member and father who turned his life around, is now a job coach at the Alliance of Concerned Men. Also in the studio, my sister, Natasha from what is it?
Brown Inc.
Think Brown Inc. And of course, she's one of the individuals that did all the PR for the DMV Awards. And we also have one of my favorite groups in the DMV, Godzilla. Would like to welcome Truth and Powerful to Trending with Easy.
Peace. Peace, peace. How y'all doing?
All right, let's start it off with Natasha. Of course, you were one of the main individuals that produced this event, and it happened last night. Tell us what happened.
Well, first, thank you for having me on the show. And I guess last night it was just really unfortunate, you know. This was a year that the DMV Music Awards Committee really wanted to build, and in the build-up of the awards program, we reached out to a number of powerful people, yourself included, a lot of media industry executives, artists, all to take part in the process, and they did. And you know, we wanted to make it really the time to build. You know, that was the theme of the program. And so last night, you know, we were in a beautiful venue. We wanted to put it in a place where, you know, we thought that the awards program should be, which is one of the best hotels in that region, in the Hyatt. And really what happened, it was very unfortunate. I think that there might have been just a fall, just something that fell through, you know. I mean, I don't know if there was enough security in, you know, the vicinity of what happened. There was, you know, just, I'm sure everyone has read or watched the videos, but there were a number of fights, and right around the time of intermission, and, you know, there probably just wasn't enough security, and we as organizers cannot deny the fact that we could have probably done more planning to think about those things, consider those things in advance, to consider the different groups who would be there, and just the people. One of the things that the DMV Awards has always done, which is why it's been so controversial, this is my 2nd year being the publicist for the awards, is really try to unite the independent music community from Baltimore to Richmond. And in that, we've never, and the organizers, the founder, Brother Maniac, and Dre All Day, who was the main promoter of the awards and organizer this year, never has tried to discriminate. And it was really saddened me last night. After what happened, I just sat in my hotel room and I just was reading everything, you know, everything that was coming through. And it really was saddening because people were like, you know, the problem with the DMV Awards is that you don't discriminate. And that's the goal, you know. Right. We never wanted to discriminate because everybody loves music. I mean, everyone knows an independent artist, a producer, a graphic designer, a manager, a model, people who make things happen in the music industry. Everyone knows these people. And so we've tried to make it an open program that everyone can enjoy and really celebrate what people have done, because nobody else is celebrating them.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't have a lot. We had a great amount of Grammy-nominated artists this year, but you know, typically, when do you see independent artists being spotlighted? You know, except, you know, at places like the Up and Up Open Mic and you know, on your show and your blog and just some other media outlets who always support. But you don't see that often, and that's what the awards was really about, just bringing a bunch of people together and trying to build on something greater, and then putting it in a venue that it deserved to be in. We reached out. We had a number of support. I mean, a record amount of support from, oh my gosh, vendors and sponsors, and like I said, power players who were in the building, you know, last night. Everybody was there. The Hyatt, you know, people put their name on the line to get us that hotel room, I'm sorry, the ballroom at the Hyatt. And you know what happened? So many people's jobs, a lot of people lost a lot last night. And it's not just about the DMV Awards anymore. It's about the DMV music community. It's about the people who put their names behind. I mean, when have you ever seen the DMV Music Awards on Fox 5?
Well, you know what? Let me just interject right there. I think that it would be a shame for somebody to look at this one event and say, you know what? I don't think we need to do this ever again, or I'm not going to support DC hip-hop or DMV hip-hop because this can happen again. Because what we're talking about here is violence that can happen anytime, any place, not just in the black community, but everywhere. Baseball games, football games, at the club, at a high school basketball game. Violence is part of our community, and it goes on, and you know, you have to be prepared for that. What I want to do is take your calls right now. If you were there or you have general comments, you can do so at 1-800-450-7876. Again, the number is 1-800-450-7876. Now, Adam, you were there last night as well. Tell me what you saw at the DMV Awards. You can also follow Trending with Easy at Easy Street on Twitter, and also on Facebook, Trending with Easy. Just search us out. And we have Sharice here who has comments in regards to what people are saying. Do we have any comments yet? Okay, again, our phone number is 1-800-450-7876. Again, 1-800-450-7876. We're talking about the DMV Awards and what happened last night at the Hyatt. Camille, you're looking at me, shaking your head. Do you have any comments that you would like to make in regards to what you've seen on Twitter and about what we're talking about today?
Well, I have to agree that I think it's a shame that something like this is overshadowed by violence. But I think it's, unfortunately, it's become something that is almost commonplace in our community. And I think to get to the root of it and look at solutions, we have to look at why these segments attract violence. What is going on in our communities that we can't bring different segments together to enjoy an award show without fights breaking out? Are we becoming an angry community? And if so, what's giving birth to this anger? You know, everyone there at the awards last night, I would assume, had something to celebrate, whether it was directly or indirectly. So what happens among these factions to give spawn to this type of violence? And you know, before it was said, you know, that there may not have been enough security or something like that. Well, I think it's you know, you need to have security, but all the onus is not on you. We should be living in a society where people have enough respect for community, respect for themselves, respect for what you're trying to accomplish here in terms of celebrating independent artists, to come and conduct themselves according to societal norms, which is that a fight shouldn't break out because you may disagree with someone or may not like a specific faction. So I think we have to look at that for a solution.
Okay, this is what we're going to do, okay? We're going to take a brief break. In 4 minutes, we'll come back. We'll talk to Lyric, and I want to talk to Powerful and Truth from the group Godzilla. Of course, we're talking about the DMV Awards and the violence that broke out. Our phone number again, 1-800-450-7876. We would love to take your calls as well. 1-800-450-7876 is 1450 WOL AM, where information is power. We are talking about what happened last night at the DMV Awards right here in our own backyard. Got a lot of good guests in the building. Ivan, let me see, Camille, Lyric, Jose, and also Natasha, one of the organizers and did the PR. Also here with Godzilla, who actually won an award last night. Truth and Powerful, we'll talk to them next. But Lyric, you wanted to jump in right here.
Yes, Easy. I am a product of Virginia. I was raised in Virginia. And all along, we couldn't get events done in Virginia if it involved African American people. Now, I think the reason why they are so strict, because I remember fights at Chuck E. Cheese when the go-go bands were going on, and I was a teenager. It stems way back then. So for a long period of time, we could not have any events in Virginia. As far as Crystal City, Alexandria area, none. And I think as time went on, because we're talking about decades later, they allowed a window for us to come in and do certain events, because there are some other events that are there. And therefore, now it's kind of like reversed, pushing us back. They're going to be like, we knew better.
So you think that the fact that this happened last night, well, in VA, there's probably not going to be no more events going on at the Hyatt.
It did.
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're feeling, Natasha? Is that what you heard?
Yes, and that's one of the unfortunate parts about what happened. The people who put their name on the line I won't speak the organization's name out.
Right.
But yeah, I think that all their events at that place might be canceled.
My goodness.
I mean, dozens of thousands of dollars lost.
Well, you know what?
That's not even the most important thing.
That's the sad part, but there are other venues, and I think that, that's not a good look. But moving forward, I believe if we continue to work together, make great records, and do good work together as a unit, as far as a whole team of DMV artists coming together and making great music, then there's nothing that we can't do. We will be unstoppable. Godzilla, congratulations on winning your award. How do you feel when Natasha just says right here that maybe we have no more venues to do an event like that? Go ahead.
I just feel like it's a shame, I really do. And I just want everybody to take heed of what's going on, what we can learn from. Because a lot is going on, man. We just got to focus on the positive things that happen, man. I'm walking around with the proof that I'm proud of the event from last night. I have my trophy with me. That's how proud I am, man. And I just want this to keep going, man. We just got to keep going. Nothing can break it. Nothing can stop positive energy.
To chime in on my brother said, we're very grateful for our awards last night. The ones we got to accept was Album of the Year. And we also won the best open mic, won the best open mic in the city, so that's a big plus. As far as the venues, music is kind of going to take care of itself. If you make good music or you put out good energy,
right,
people are going to come together. You ain't got to worry about venues. There's plenty of venues, and you don't have to worry about necessarily the bad seeds. What I like to speak to is the energy that was in there last night, the energy that Tasha spoke of, the energy that I felt before it even started, was basically, you got to take it about you got to leave the hood where it's at, fellas. Like, it's no excuse if you are an artist. That's a lame excuse to say, like, yo, I'm from here. I'm from this area, so pardon me, I act like this. If you're man enough to say that, you're man enough to recognize where you're at and to act accordingly. And just to leave it behind, because you got to show somebody, like, you may think your favorite rapper's a thug, but he's really not. I would love for Lil Wayne to start preaching about all the business he does and sits down with tens of million-dollar accounts that he talks about. But all he can talk about is, the stuff, and that's what the kids see. And they repeat that as rappers coming up. So just leave the energy, because your words become flesh. It becomes real action. And I think that's what happened last night. The energy that people felt with their arrogance in the building, their competitiveness in the building, and not to mention, of course, what everybody's failing to mention. They keep talking black this or young people this. It's alcohol.
Right.
Let's get the issue right. You don't see people don't sit around tables at the Grammys. You ain't got to serve these people and cater to their taste with alcohol and try to. Every time we get a venue, it's because of how much alcohol we gonna sell. So don't get these people twisted like they doing us a favor. They looking out for our awards. It's about the consumption of alcohol. How dusty can these people get? You know they pop bottles. So everybody in there, the status quo is to have a bottle. You mix bottle with these attitudes and this energy and these.
It's a bad mix.
It's a bad mix, and that's what happens. God bless
True.
the DMV Awards and everybody put it together because they work really, really hard.
Our phone number, Trending with Easy, 1-800-450-7876. Adam, let's go ahead and take a couple of calls right now. 1-800-450-7876. We have a caller on the line. Go ahead with your comment. Thanks for your call, bruh. All right, 1-800-450-7876. We have another call, Adam. Let's go. Yes, listen to me, not through your radio. Okay, there's a little delay. Go ahead with your comment, sir. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, thank you so much for your comment. All right, another one, Adam, please. Go ahead. Hello. Hello. You're on Trending with Easy. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, let's go, Adam. 1-800-450-7876. Maybe you were there last night or you have general comments. This is your time to shine. Go ahead. Let's take one more. Go ahead. You're on the show. Hey, Jay Mills. How you doing, sis? Okay, thank you so much for your call. I appreciate that, Jay Mills. All right, God bless you. All right, Cherie, swing that around real quick. She's on Facebook right now. Search Trending with Easy. Also following on Twitter at Easy Street. We have comments. Go ahead.
A lot of people are talking about jealousy, envy, and stereotypes, and I just wanted to say something really quick because I was at the show last night, and I do believe that this feeds into the stereotypes. As I was leaving the show, there was a white guy on his bike, and he asked, "Is this like an emergency evacuation?" And I'm like, no.
Is this 9/11 again?
That's what he said.
What's happening?
Like, what's
Somebody?
going on here?
That's
and I
funny.
said, no, it was an event. And he said, oh,
my
it must
gosh.
have been an event with a bunch of black people.
Right.
Wow.
And what could I say?
Wow.
He wasn't lying.
No, he wasn't.
It's a shame that it's like that, but Natasha, I'd like for you to chime in right here because you were there last night. You were the one main individuals promoting this event, and you have comments in regards to what people are saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to address what you said first, Sharice. This year we really tried to make it not only about black people, which is why the PR push was so different this year. It was so different. I mean, we've reached out. I've spoken with the Post and the Examiner and the City Paper and Uptown and Fox and TBD on this, about this event, you know what I mean, to try to get them to publish something, because white people look at those stations, you know what I mean. Fox 5, I think, is the #1 station, the #1 news program in DC, you know. I mean, everyone watches. We didn't want this to be a black-only event. That's why it was in Crystal City, you know what I mean. This, it's just not, it's just really sad. It's just.
Shout out to Mr. White Folks that came through. I'm sure he was there. Okay.
Yes,
All right. Gotta keep it light. Our phone number is 1-800-450-7876. Okay, 1-800-450-7876. You are listening to Trending with Easy. We're talking about the DMV Awards and the violence that happened last night. Jose, hola, ¿cómo estás? Talk to me, dude.
Hey, ¿qué pasa, Easy?
All right, man.
Hey, no, I mean, you know, people gotta be accountable. They gotta hold themselves accountable for what they're doing. We're talking about grown people here, okay? This is not about black or white. This is not about color. It's about people being accountable. You're taking a celebration of hip-hop, which many people say is dying, okay? Music's not like it used to be back in the day. Many people say hip-hop is dying. And we're taking a momentous occasion, something where everybody should be celebrating, and people can't hold can't hold their liquor down. They're just drinking, disrespecting people that are accepting awards. You know, I read that, you know, people were walking around when people were accepting awards, and that's just disrespectful. And of course, as a man, especially as a man, you know, our pride gets in the way. And if you see that you're accepting an award and somebody's disrespecting you, that's going to tick you off. So it's just accountability and us being responsible, accountable, and just being grown-ups, you know.
Ivan Cloud, 19-year-old former gang member and father who's turned his life around, now working with the Alliance of Concerned Men. What do you think about all this?
You know, a couple of years ago, I wasn't too far from the same boat, or I wasn't too far from being in the same type of event. And I heard the gentleman say, things happen. Well, it happened, but it's unacceptable.
All right.
And I tell you one thing, people have worked so hard, and we, as a culture, as a people in the black community, we cry for opportunities. And then when the opportunities are given, we just throw it away, or it's a slap in the face for everybody who worked so hard for us to get certain events or venues. And it goes back, just like Lyric said, with the go-go thing. You know, people come to an event, they see somebody they don't like, and also you got alcohol in the mix. It's just unacceptable. And I just commend all the artists who received awards and who didn't receive the awards. But I say one thing, you have to be accountable for your work. You as an artist, you're on stage. And when you're on stage, you have kids looking at you to try to emulate or imitate the same thing that you're doing. You don't have to be like the Lil Wayne. Just like Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? People portray Lil Wayne. They don't want to be like Jay-Z because Jay-Z got a suit on. But what they don't know is the difference between class and trash. You know? And I just say as a culture, we have to grow up. And we have a lot of adults here who refuse to overlook their children and what they watch and what they try to emulate, and that fuels the problem even more.
Okay, thank you, Ivan. When we come back in 4 minutes, your phone calls at 1-800-450-7876. We want to take your calls next. Were you there last night? You have general comments about the DMV Awards or about DMV Hip Hop? You can call right now at 1-800-450-7876. Trending with Easy on WOL 1450, where information is power.